All right, so we're going to talk today about how I really feel about the scale and if you can actually gain weight in one day. Everybody talks about this. You know, they have one bad day or whatever. They get on the scale, they're doing good, and the scale weights up. It's like, well, what happened? Why did the scale go up? Hey, Ma. Why did the scale go up? Is this actually fat? This is frustrating. This is not working. I'm done with this. Typical. Happens all the time to so many people. But is that actually fat that you actually gained? Is that weight on that scale? Is that number? What does that actually mean? So at AB Fitness Center, we really don't focus on the number on the scale. Your scale is just a tool. It's just something that helps you and just some metrics that we could track just to kind of see if you're moving in the right direction. But the scale weight, whatever that says, doesn't mean anything. I have clients that have come to us who have lost maybe 2 or 3 pounds but have looked so different. But if we went by their scale weight, they would have actually done nothing. They would have looked like they did nothing. But their body looks totally different. I wish I could flash pictures on here because I could show you exactly some people who actually went through that transformation, only lost a couple pounds on the scale, but looked dramatically different and lost a ton of inches and everything like that. So the weight of the scale doesn't really mean anything, but still, what happens when that actually happens? What does that actually mean? So when people see the scale rising, they think it's actually fat. I just put on a whole bunch of fat. This is not good. You know, that's what it is. This diet's not working. I'm done. And that's not necessarily the case. So what exactly is that? So let's say I got on the scale today. So I can use myself for example. Oh, I can't pull up my MyFitnessPal. I can't do a lot while I'm on my phone here. But so for me this week, I was 2 pounds heavier on Sunday. I lost 2 pounds on Monday. I was up a pound yesterday, and I was up a pound from yesterday today. So if I look at that, it looks like I'm actually gaining weight. But that's not really what's happening. So what is that actual weight that's coming on? So what it actually is it's food, okay? Maybe my food intake changed. Maybe I ate a little bit later. Maybe I ate a little bit more sodium. Water. Maybe I had some more water later in the day. Maybe I was a little bit more dehydrated and I was holding on to some water. And the poop. In all fairness, that's what some of it is most of the time. So literally when that scale weight goes up, we're all full of it, right? So that's essentially what that weight actually is. That fluctuation is always going to be, you know, if I have more fiber today, I'm going to hold a little bit more water because when you have fiber, it's going to pull some water and some glycogen into your stomach, okay? Not glycogen, I'm sorry. Just going to pull more water into your stomach and that's going to make you retain a little bit more water. So that's normal. If you have a lot more vegetables, that's something that's going to happen. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's fat. That's why at AB Fitness Center, we don't just track weight on the scale. That's not always the best accurate measurement in order to do that. So one thing I want to tell you guys is don't freak out by the number on the scale. Again, the scale doesn't mean anything. There's lots of other things you have to track, but the scale is just one part of the tool. And what I set up for all of our clients, especially during this time, so they could kind of see what I look at, is we actually set up a track for them, like a weigh-in tracking system, and we watch the trends. That's usually what we watch. And trends are always better to watch because it's going to give you a more accurate picture on what is actually going on with your body. Because again, if we watch the weight day to day, you're not really doing anything. Like I said, I was heavier on the weekend. I was lighter on Monday. I was heavier on Tuesday, and I'm heavier on Wednesday than I was on Tuesday. And right now I'm trying to diet. That doesn't necessarily mean my diet's not working. It's normal. So tracking body weight, like I said, is a helpful tool, but no one does it right. Someone will get on the scale and they'll say, oh, I'm up today. This diet's not working. Give me cookies. That's typically how it happens. We get frustrated with it. It happens to me too. It happens to me, pretty often actually. For me, I always want to try to gain weight. When I'm not trying to diet and, whatever, and lose some body fat, I'm always trying to gain weight. So for me, it gets really frustrating too because I'm trying to eat so much food and the scale's not moving. So I've gone through periods where I stopped weighing myself because I couldn't take that psychologicalness of it. But again, you have to watch the trends and understand that the scale is just a tool. It doesn't define you. It doesn't define your progress. It's just a tool, okay? So everyone thinks that the number flashing at them is all that matters. That's on my notes. But that's further from the truth. That number doesn't mean anything. Again, you got to watch the trends. And that's what we track At AB Fitness Center with our clients, we track the trends. We track the trends in their body composition, which is the most important thing. Because like I said earlier, we have people that only lost 2 or 3 pounds on the scale over the course of a couple of months, but they look drastically different and have lost a ton of inches. Hey Karen, hey Mara, how you guys doing? See you guys on here. So that's what you want to do. Weight fluctuations are normal. It's totally typical. Like I said, it happens to me all the time. I wish I could pull up my Fitness Pound, share my screen. I got to get a little more technologically advanced, and I would show you exactly what my weight does, and you could see it's not really a line. But if I look from week to week and month to month, as long as I'm kind of doing that, I'm moving in the right direction. Again, we set all this up for you at AB Fitness Center with all of our clients, and we monitor this, so you don't have to worry about it at all. The other thing too, like I said, no one knows how to weigh themselves. Everybody does it wrong. The best way to get an accurate measurement every day is to do it in the same conditions every day at the same time. So usually what I do, I get up in the morning, I use the bathroom, and then I get on the scale. And if I do that every day under the same conditions, it's gonna give me the most accurate my accurate weight. So again, if I'm doing that every day, it's going to be more consistent than if I weigh myself in the morning one day, and then I weigh myself at night another day, and in the middle of the day, and after I ate something. So typically, that's what I'll do. I'll wake up in the morning, I go straight to the restroom, I'll use the restroom, and then I get on the scale. That's it. And under the same conditions. And I don't know if Facebook's going to flag me for this one, but if you poop first and then get on the scale, right? It's going to be a different weight than if you pee first and then get on the scale. So be consistent with that. If you're a morning pooper, then poop first and then get on the scale. But don't have anything else. Don't have water, don't have coffee, don't have anything else. Go to the bathroom, get on the scale. But be consistent, because like I said, if one day you pooped, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say pooped on Facebook without getting kicked off. But if you poop one day and then get on the scale, it's going to be very different. So you got to make sure that you stay consistent with your pooping schedule, and even where the scale is on the floor makes a big difference. So I have my scale in the same spot, my same 4 tiles, and put it there. I make sure it's in the same spot. I go to the bathroom, I get on the scale, accurate weight, I write it down, and I go about my day. It sounds like a lot of work, but it's really, really simple. But again, this is the most important way, an accurate way to get an easy measurement every day in order to track progress. And then you'll start to see okay, look, I'm up a pound today, but from last week's average, I'm down 2 pounds. So that means that you're progressing in the right direction. And that's exactly what we want to do. And I said, write the number down. It's extremely important. And again, we do this for all of our clients. We keep track of all those numbers, all those metrics, because that's what's going to determine if you're actually changing shape or you're just kind of spinning your wheels. And take the average. That's what I said. That's kind of, I just said it to you guys. But you want to always take the average of it. So again, if I'm getting on the scale every morning, after I poop and pee or whatever, I'm taking the number every day, okay? And then I average those 7 numbers, and that gives me my weight for the week. I do it again the following week, and that gives me my average weight. And then I say, okay, from last week to this week, I lost half a pound. I'm right on track. And that's the best way to look at the scale. You can't look at day to day. Again, if I have a huge glass of water in the middle of the night, say I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm really thirsty, I have a huge glass of water, I get on the scale in the morning, I'm going to be heavier. That's normal, but that's not weight. That's not fat. That doesn't determine. Believe me, I know. I've been there. It screws up your day. You get on the scale, you're like, oh shit, I'm 2 pounds heavier. That's not good. What happened? Why am I 2 pounds heavier? This diet's not working. Anthony's an asshole. He's lying. I'm cursing like crazy. I don't know if Facebook's going to kick me off, but you get my point, right? Because it happens to all of us. But you can't get frustrated about it. That's why you got to take those averages and daily weights and look at the total. Look at the big picture. Use the scale correctly. Don't use the scale wrong. Hey, Anna, I see your little laughing faces. Whatever you're clicking over there, I see it. It's making me laugh. But yeah, so how I actually feel about the scale. The scale is a tool. It's another one of those measuring devices in your toolbox, but it doesn't determine anything. So, I measure my arms, Pete measures his arms. Okay, maybe Pete's arms are a little bit bigger than mine, but I look better than him. So the numbers don't mean anything, right? The numbers don't mean anything. So you guys, hopefully he's still listening, but you guys get the idea, right? Don't go crazy with the numbers. I didn't think you had to worry about poop. Well, you got it, man, because that's the thing that's important, right? If you're, like I said, if you're holding on to a lot more stuff and you get on the scale, And then the next day you get rid of all that stuff and then you get on the scale, you're going to have a different number. And, poop weighs something. It's not, it's not invisible. It weighs something, right? So, again, it depends on how much you go to the bathroom and pee and stuff. That all matters. That all adds up. So don't get fixated on that number. Honestly, really honestly, I hate the scale. I really do. And I hate using it with my clients because it drives people nuts. It really does. It drives people nuts. I hate using it. I wish I could put people on it. I see the number only and that's it. And no one else sees it. Because then it's easier for me to track it without people going nuts. I wish there was a way I could do it blindfoldedly. I have put people on our scale at the gym facing the other way so they can't even see the number. Because again, it drives some people crazy. But as long as you realize that it's just a tool and the number that you see is basically based on what you did the day before and it's not really actual fat that you're putting on, then you understand. Then you kind of know. But you have to accept that. And most people won't. And how we do this here is, again, you're going to see fluctuations daily, but if we start watching the trends and we start seeing that weight creep up, then we know, okay, I'm pointing someone out. I'm just going to pick anyone on here who I see it. Anna's the last comment. So Anna's gaining weight. So what does that tell me? She's eating too many calories, okay? She's eating too much. We have to reel her in and say, hey, Anna, get back on it. Stop eating cookies. Stop being bad. Whatever it is. We're yelling at them. We're finding out what it is, and we're correcting the behavior so we can watch the trend go in the other direction. Hey, Brittany. How you doing, mama? But you guys get the idea, right? So the scale is just a tool. Laura won't let me. Exactly, Anna. But you get the idea, right? You got to watch what happens over weeks, what happens over months. That's the most important thing than what you see in the morning. And I'm glad I schooled Jerry on the poop thing in the morning. Yeah, it actually makes a difference. It's funny. I say poop, I curse, and people love it. It's funny. Me and Pete actually had a podcast on iTunes, and we would give out all this scientific information, all this stuff. It was really sciencey stuff. As soon as we started cursing on the podcast, the ratings shot up. We had so many more listeners, and I guess I got to start cursing on here, Pete. Hopefully you're still listening, man. I wish I could add you in. Thought I was going to be able to. But, all right, guys. So again, let me sum all this up. So for those of you that are hopping in, hopping out, so you guys can sum this up. So how I really feel about the scale. Can you actually gain fat in one day? The answer is no, it's not fat. What that weight is, it's water, it's food, and it's poop. Okay? That's what those things are. All right? The podcast is how I found you guys. There you go, Cameron. Hey, Brittany says New York Muscle Radio for days. That's right. So it's water, food, and poop. That's what that is. So maybe we didn't poop whatever you ate yesterday out, and that's why the scale weight is up. Okay? Normal. That's not actually fat. When we find out if it is fat, is watching the trends. So if over the next 2-3 weeks, your weight is climbing, and we start to see that average is moving up, then we know, okay, you're eating too much, we got to scale you down. But if we see that average trending down, then we know, okay, you're moving in the right direction because you're normally going to have those. Yeah, Pete's there. He raised his hand. Hey, Mo, what's up, bud? So that's what that actually is. It's not actually weight. It's food, water, poop. Okay? Don't get fixated on that number in front of you. Again, not real weight. Don't focus on that. Focus on the averages. And again, weigh yourself under the same conditions every day. Same conditions. That means if you're a pooper in the morning right away, poop in the morning, pee, get on the scale, go about your morning. If you're not a pooper, pee, get on the scale, go about your day. Okay? Very simple. Just keep it consistent, no matter what. Okay? And hopefully that helped you guys. Hopefully I entertained you guys while giving you some information. So if anyone's interested in signing up for some training and getting into the best shape of your life, just send me a message and we'll take care of it. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow with another awesome seminar, okay? Make sure you weigh yourself in the morning, poop, pee, and then get on the scale. Have a good one.